Welcome to JayMike's Movie Nights. It's me, I'm JayMike, and before we get started in our video, I do gotta pay some bills. Sad news real quick. Our last sponsor, we lost the last sponsor, Romero George's Dating Service. Nobody's trying to record a video, especially on VHS, to send it into a video and try to date. Nobody's trying to do that. So he didn't know that. So moving on, we do have a new sponsor, Pig Willie's Barbecue Catering Service in Notary Public. Notary Public and barbecue. Anyway, if you're interested in getting power of attorney done or some pig feet, go to Pig Willie's Barbecue Catering Service in Notary Public. They're located at 8219 Pliskin Plaza off of Old Russell Parkway. To place an order, call 1-900 Sweet Feet Meat. And to make an appointment to get a will done or notarized or something like that, a power of attorney or bill of sale, call 1-900-A-1. That's 1-900-A-1. All right, let's get on into this. This is the second part of the two-part series, my 20 favorite 80s horror movies. All right, so with that being said, let's jump right on into it. I want to start off with number 10. Prince of Darkness, directed by John Carpenter. This movie is really, really good. It surprised me. It deals with some time travel. It deals with the devil. And there's a cameo in there I want you to look out for. He's homeless. If you can if you know who I'm talking about, put it in the comment section. Prince of Darkness, really, really good movie. Stars that guy from it was a TV show. What's the name? Oh, Simon and Simon. Simon and Simon is a TV show. Not the guy with the mustache, the blonde guy. He stars in it. Number 9. Night of the Demons. That's right, Night of the Demons. Hey, this one right here, it's a horror, it's a comedy, but it's not supposed to be a comedy. It is crazy. It stars a bunch of no-names. It feels like almost a part of an anthology with the beginning and ending. But this movie right here, I watched this, and me, my brothers, my cousin, we all laughed at this movie back in the 80s. It's called Night of the Demons. The movie, the basic premise of the movie is they go to a Halloween party and they play around with a Ouija board, waking up some demons, and all hell breaks loose, literally. Now, the interesting thing about this, back in the 80s, and it kind of does today, there was a cliche in the movie. It wasn't a cliche yet, but it became one, where the black person dies first. In this movie, nah, it don't happen that way. Every time a demon comes around, dude name is Roger. He's out of there. He don't say nothing to nobody. He's running, trying to get out. And the cool thing about this movie is, you know, most horror movies, you know, you got the hero, they're trying to solve the problem, kill the demon or the ghost or the spirit or whatever it is in the horror or the slasher. None of this. None of that happens. Everybody is just trying to get up out of there. Nobody's asking questions, especially Roger. Number 8. The Fly remake. That's right, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. The Fly remake. A lot of people don't realize that it is a remake of the Vincent Price movie that came out, I think, in the 50s. But the Fly remake by David Cronenberg. Yo, this right here, I love watching this movie. It has that gross body horror and the donut eating scene. It's crazy, and you kind of feel bad for the guy, for Jeff Goldblum, as he going through the transformation of becoming a human fly hybrid. I really like this movie. It is David Cronenberg, who also did Scanners, and David Cronenberg. I think he also did RoboCop. If I'm wrong, please put that in the comments. Let me know if he did RoboCop or not. But I really, really like this movie. Number 7. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This stars, what's his name? Michael Rooker. Yep, stars Michael Rooker as Henry. And this movie is not necessarily horror like Ghost or Demon or Slasher in that sense. It tells a story about a serial killer, and he's indiscriminate. I mean, well, he does have a type of what he likes to do, but it's unnerving how intimate they get with this serial killer guy and a buddy of his that he met in prison or whatever. And there is no happy ending. I'm just gonna say, I don't want to spoil it. There is no happy ending in this movie. Check it out. It's called Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Number 6, Pumpkinhead. Oh man, Pumpkinhead, man. It stars Lance Henriksen. All right, this movie is it's one of a kind. I'll tell you like that. It's one of a kind. It stars it's the movie plot is basically a guy and his son is out not necessarily having a good time, but they're out and about in their little town or whatever, and some rambunctious teenagers / 20-somethings come into town looking to have some fun or whatever, and they're riding a dirt bike, and an accident kills their son, kills Lance Henriksen's son, and he goes to the local quote-unquote witch to get vengeance, and it is not pretty at all. Check it out. It's called Pumpkinhead. Number 5. Number 5 is Candyman. That's right. Candyman. Man, this movie, and they're remaking it too. Jordan Peele is remaking it. Stars Tony Todd. Tells the story of Candyman. Here's the thing about me and Candyman. I didn't put it higher because it didn't really scare me, because really and truly, to get Candyman going, kind of like with Hellraiser, I couldn't really relate to it, because I'm not standing in the mirror at all saying man's name 5 times. I might get to 2 and then be like, I'm chickening out. I'm not doing Candyman 5 times, because on the off chance he might just show up. Nah, I don't play like that. I ain't trying to get into Candyman like that. But it tells the story of she's not really a reporter or anything like that, but I think she's a college student, the young lady, and she's trying to do a paper or something on the legend of Candyman, and she gets a little bit too deep. That's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to ruin it, because the new one coming out, and a lot of people like to revisit the old one and check out the new one. All right, number 4. A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's right. Number 1, 1984, I believe it came out. Written and directed by Wes Craven, stars Heather Langenkamp. That's her name. And first role for Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's hiding out in there. He has some bad issues. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But if you haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street, what are you doing watching this video? You should go out and watch it, man. Check it out. It's fun. I like it. I remember watching it when it first came out on cable, and it didn't scare me. I kind of thought, Freddy was like a cool guy. I mean, he's the bad guy, obviously, but I liked his look. I liked the helplessness they felt when you try to go to sleep. Because I had a lot of bad dreams when I was little, but I woke up, I was scared, but I like that the scaredness. I was like, heart beating fast and stuff. But I really, really, really liked Nightmare on Elm Street. I like Freddy, and I've been a fan. I'm more of a fan of Freddy than I am Jason. That's why Jason don't show up on this list at all. So I like Freddy, and then later ones he didn't really go scary, he got funny. But that's my number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 3. Evil Dead 2. Man, I've watched Evil Dead 2 way more times than I probably should. Evil Dead 2 is your classic cabin in the woods horror movie. Starring Bruce Campbell, the famous Bruce Campbell. He's appeared in a lot of Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi directed this. showed up in a lot of Sam Raimi movies, including all 3 Spider-Man movies, and even I think Darkman, showed up in Darkman too. Basically, he takes his girlfriend out to this cabin in the woods, and for whatever strange reason, turns on a tape recorder, and starts playing these incantations and wake up the Deadites, and he has to battle the Deadites, and it's just actually it's the story. This is the beginning of him battling the Deadites for the remaining of all the Evil Dead series, and they had a TV show that I watch called Evil Dead. But there's a couple of little Easter eggs. That car is called an Oldsmobile. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's an Oldsmobile car. It shows up in all 3 Spider-Man movies. You got to look for it. Uncle Ben drives it. That same, not the same car, but the same type of car. Sam Raimi puts that car in every movie. And also he did Drag Me to Hell. That car shows up in that movie. So that's a cool Easter egg to look out for. That's my number 3. Number 2. The Shining. Come on, man. The Shining? The Shining is that movie, man. I love The Shining. It scared the bejesus out of me when I was younger. I didn't even know what I was scared of. It was just Jack Nicholson making that crazy face and going around. And those 2 little girls, they're not twins, by the way. They're never meant to be twins. They are, though. They do look alike. If you look at them closely, they're off. The height of them is off. The one's taller than the other, so they're not really twins. And if you really look at it, you pause it, they're not twins. There's a lot of mystery surrounding this movie, directed by Stanley Kubrick. Came out in 1980. Some people say there's allusions to the fake moon landing in the movie. There's a documentary called Room 237 that dives into it, and it's really good. There's a lot of Easter eggs that made me appreciate the movie even more. I mean, from the Native Americans to the moon landing, like I said, and then there's a lot of changes in that movie. You could tell like he took painstakingly details a lot of things that don't make sense. Another Easter egg, real quick, is the TV in the hotel that little Danny is coloring in front of. There's no cord to it. Just when you look at it again, look at the back. There is no cord leading out, but the TV is on. Wonder what happens. Wonder why that TV is on. All right, number 1. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That's right. I bookend this bad boy. Number 10, John Carpenter with Prince of Darkness. Number 1, The Thing. Stars my main man, Kurt Russell, man, and Keith David. Love Keith David. Good voice actor and good actor altogether. I've seen The Thing probably about 20 times, at least 20 times. And I never get tired of watching it. The special effects hold up. Wilford Brimley is in it. Yeah, Diabetes is in it. I like I can't even say his name. Wilford Brimley in this movie. He has some funny lines, and the special effects in this movie, for it to come out in 1982, I believe, still hold up to this. Because I watch it and I'm like, how did they do that? And I've seen special effects behind the scenes of this movie, and I still don't know how they did some of the stuff that they did. I love this movie as a horror movie that came out in the 80s. But that's my list. Or that's my top 20 list. This is the second part 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it. Share it on all social platforms. And always remain safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask if you're not feeling comfortable, if you can't maintain that 6 feet of space. And hold on. Things are going to get better soon, but we got to go through what we got to go through. And with that, this has been JayMike's Movie Nights. Peace. Oh, before I go, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to a homeboy of mine. I met this guy in the 7th grade, and every time I post a video, he always shares it. I really appreciate it. Chris Ellis, I appreciate you sharing my video, homie. Peace.